All right, guys. So welcome to another tutorial. Today we will be talking about the Excel table, how we can use table to perform some analysis. All right, so on this, like this, the setting is called range. So there are some limitations to the range that the Excel table will help us to work out. So without further ado, let's just get straight to business. All right, so how do we create a table? Simply come here, go to Insert tab, then select table, and then so the table is all for us. I'll undo. There's another way we can do that. Control T. Control T, then we enter, then the table have been created. But also automatically the table comes with once table is created, there is another table design tab that is made for us to do any kind of workout things that concerns the table, like you can see here. And then you can also tell that the table automatically comes with the filters. All right, so let's get straight to business, and then let's add some additional columns to this table. They're going to see some things that be happening. All right, so for instance, now I want to add another the year column to this, and I enter. You see that there is what we call propagation. All the records have been propagated already, and then I'm going to put the formula equals to 2022, for instance. All the records immediately propagated, and this is not possible with the Excel with the range, the opposite of table is range. So on the range, you have to manually fill it down, or you copy the formula down. It doesn't happen automatically like this. All right, so let's put another column. I'll call this column tuition increase. Tuition increase now, and I enter. I'm going to put the formula inside. Say equals to wherever I have tuition, right? Equals to the tuition, right? Equals to tuition multiplied by 1.1. And then the tuition will be populated for us. That's very easy. That's very quick. I say we're going to put another column, and that is the extra attendance column, like so. Then I enter, and then normally I'm going to put formula, I'll say equals to sum of what? Sum of office hours participated. This plus tutorials attended, like this, and I enter. Wow, Vala, that's vocal for us then. And also I'm going to put another column. I call this one the attendance like this, and I enter. This time around, the formula I'm going to be using is an if statement. An if statement, double click, and I said the logical test is if class keep is less than 5. What do? We return a word like so. Otherwise, we say 2 absent. You should be familiar with this already. Then we enter. All right. So that's nice. And then there is another column I'm still going to be using, be putting it, and that's the department column. And this time around, I'll be using the VLOOKUP function to propagate the department column. So what we're going to be doing, remember what the VLOOKUP helps us to achieve. You look at the lookup table, and then based on the values that are in the lookup table, you can populate the the record or the column here. We can populate stuff based on what we have on the lookup table. So on the lookup table, we have faculty and department. Let us see. We want to return all the department based on the faculty, all right? So we have department and we have faculty. We have faculty here. We have faculty like this one is art. So whenever we have art faculty, what are the department that fall under art? All right, so that's what we are trying to achieve. So we simply say we use the VLOOKUP like so. Double click, and then what's the lookup value? The lookup value in our case now is the faculty. All right, faculty is the lookup value, and then the table we are going to be the table range now is this faculty like so. Select this, select that. Then the column index now. So we're looking at returning department for each of the faculty. So the column index here is 2. So we say 2, and then Of course, we want to return the exact match, so we say false like this, and then we enter. All right, everything will be populated for us, so we can see that for the department, for this particular person, for John, John is in the Faculty of Arts, and his department is art, right? All right, so we can see for Alex is in the Department of Faculty of Science, and his department is STEM. All right, so that's how we can use the lookup function to propagate that. And generally, this is a table. A lot of things have been achieved with the table. Make the work real easy, make the work real smooth. Okay. Let's run down. Another thing you can observe with the table is that as I'm coming down, scrolling down, you can see that my column heads are still visibly displayed here so that I can tell what column I'm dealing with, right? This is not possible with the range, okay? So these are just some advantage of the table over the range. What if I want to trim this table? I can simply put it here, put my column here, and like so, I can see the part I do not want is off, okay? So I'm going to undo that. All right, so that's just how to perform that. All right, so getting back to the table design, and there's a couple of things that we can achieve here. I'm going to show you one or two things we can achieve here. So one thing is that we can give this table a name, right? We can give this table a name. Let's call it students. All right, so we call it students grade. Student grade. All right, so we can give it a name so that we can reference it anyhow. Okay, so we can give it a name like that. Now, what are other things that we can achieve with this? Okay, looking at the column header, we can deactivate it. If we don't want to see the column, the header row, sorry, we can bring it back. We want to see the first column. All right, now see what happens to the first column. It kind of like bolden the first column, that the student ID. And then if you don't want to see the filter button, the filter button is off. And how about the last column? Okay, we check out the last column so that you get that one really popping out. All right, so how about the banded columns? Look at the banded columns. Comes on and it goes up. Banded rows come up and it goes off. All right, okay, so let's continue. And then now, like I said, this particular table can allow us to achieve, can summarize this data real quick. Okay, like for instance, if I'm looking for I want to find the addition of total office hours participated. Now, what I'm simply going to do is this, to go to my total row. I can select my total row here so that I can perform some of this analysis real quick on it. For instance, now, if I want to find out the total tuition increase, I come here. Now look at this drop down that have been dropped for us. I can simply say, if I'm looking for the total count, okay, sum, I can just say sum of total increase, and it gives me the answer real quick. Okay, so because I activated the total row here. Okay, what if I'm looking for the count of tuition increase? I select this 33. That's the number of students on this record. We have 33 records for that, and then I can always find the maximum. That's the maximum. We can tell that 58,943 is a maximum total increase. Okay, and also we can find the standard deviation. These are all possible because of this. All right, now, so we can also do that for this. Okay, but let's look at this kind of column that has only text and see what we can achieve. Yeah, let's see how to perform the maximum. It says 0. Let's see how to perform the minimum. It says 0. Why? Because there are no numerical figures there. But can we count? Let's see the count. Yes, we can count. The count there, just look for all the non-empty cells there, returns the answer. All right, so these are the things that we can achieve with this particular, with the table. Very cool, isn't it? All right, so for instance, let's duplicate this. Let's see. I'm going to insert something here. Okay. Copy. And I paste it like that. Okay. Now there's something I'm trying to show us now. And now looking at the total records, now we can tell that we have 34. Okay, if I keep putting another record, let's see what happens. All right. I put another record here. Let's say I copy this guy, copy it, and I paste him here. And there's an update already. Now it's 35. So we can see that. So it keeps updating. The more we keep adding information, it keeps updating. All right. So look at what happens when you click outside the table. We cannot bring out the table design and the table design tab, except I click inside the table and then the table design tab comes out for us to see. All right, the next thing I'm going to be showing us is this. I want to show us something real quick, and that is how to remove duplicate. Okay, how to remove duplicate values. Okay, for instance, now looking at this. This is also going to be helpful in your data analysis when you're doing data cleaning. All right, so we have some records that are actually duplicated, right? The duplicate record looks for the records that are identical. They're exactly the same match, okay? For instance, so what do we do? Removing duplicate. Under my table design, I go to remove duplicate like so. And then we have this, I'm going to say select all. You select all the columns and I okay. So you see that we have 4 duplicate values found and removed, so allowing us to have 31 unique values remaining. All right. So note that count may include empty cell space and exact. So there are 4 duplicate values. Let's go back down and then let's go check those duplicate values. They are not there here again. So you see that Namjoon was okay. Maybe I should undo it. I should undo it so that we can look at it again. You can see that for this particular record, we have Namjoon, Yonggi, the same tuition, the same office hours, and all of this information, they are the same, right? So these are duplicate records, which will not help our analysis. We have to like remove them. We have another one, we have another one. Okay, so we have 5 of them. All the records here, 5, okay? So 5 of these records are duplicated. And then, so we want to return only 1 unique record. We cannot allow all those 5 records because it's going to make make it redundant, okay? And it's not going to be helpful. For what do we do? Remember, we go to our table design like so, and then remove duplicate. Remove duplicate. All right, it says select all the columns where you want to remove your duplicate and okay. The intelligence of Excel now look, okay, we have 4 duplicate values found and removed, allowing for 31 unique values. So that's what we can achieve with our table. Now, there's something important, another important thing we can do. And if you want to format a table and give it a different style, like you can come to our table style here and bring down this so that you can choose any style that you want. As you like, you can choose any style you want, okay? Any of the styles, they are cool enough. And if you don't want any, it's like this, okay? All right, now the next thing I'm going to be showing us is how to convert a table back to range, okay? Like I told you, the range, we have a range and we have a table. And this is the table. So can we convert it back to range? Yes, we can convert it back to range. All right, so okay, before I even do that, let me show you how to use insert the slicer. So this is a slicer. So a slicer is kind of like a filter, which we can use to filter whatever is. I don't want to use the filter thing here. I want to use a slicer. Say for instance, I want to kind of like filter. I want to filter my data set based on, let's say, faculty, and based on let's see, based on faculty, and then based on attendance, these two. Now look at what happens. A filter comes out for us like so. Filter comes out for us, is on display for us to see that we can select other faculty. We have other faculty, as you can see, that we have art, business. If I want to check for just sign, I select science, and then selecting science, only science come out for us. So science, about attendance, award or 2 absent. Let's check for award, okay? And it returns all the information about that. If I want to select art, okay, art comes out. I can close this one so that I can deactivate that. I can close this to deactivate it and everything comes back. I want to select for business. Business comes out for us. So it's kind of like it's used to filter it. I can select more than one, business and engineering, like so, and then it give me all the record that deals with business and engineering. And then I can also check for the attendance. Okay, for those that are 2 absent, I can select this one. So you can give it's returning business and engineering, along with the attendance for those who are too absent here. When I'm done, I can close this one here. I can close this one if I don't want to use the filter option again. So that's what we call the slicer. All right, so the slicer can be found where in the table design. All right, so I go back to my table design like so. All right, the last thing I want to be doing here is to see how to convert back to range if I don't want this. I delete this. I delete this. I want to convert my table back to range. Go to table design, convert to range. Here we have it. Under tools, we have convert to range like so. I will click. You want to convert to range? Yes, it goes out. Now, somebody looking at this, like the boundary rules, can think, this is still a table. But guess what? How do you know it's no more a table? Because the table design tab is not shown here again. All right. You're only having this, and also those funnels are not shown. And then if you try to do some propagation, if I try to add a new column like this, let's say new, there is no propagation. All right. Let's say equals to 6 plus 5. Did you see that there's no propagation? Right? It's only taking the format here, but there's no propagation. So what do? I can simply undo that. I can simply select the whole of that's the range, and then come to my cell style, and then I make it normal like this. I choose normal, and it goes back to normal. So, all right, so that's what we've been able to achieve with our table. There are a couple of other things which we can do, and you can play about with it. And that's just an overview, summary of what we can achieve with our table. So, to this end, this is the side of our class. We're gonna say, hey, thank you very much for watching this video. Please watch the video over and over again. And then if you found any error or any mistake, please let me know. And also, if there's any question you have or something you need further clarification, also let me know. To this end, we've come to the end of this tutorial on Excel tables. So we see you again. Have a wonderful time.